One of the challenges with senior cats is that dehydration can be surprisingly easy to miss. Around the age of 10, many cats naturally begin drinking less, even though their bodies may actually need more water. Some common age-related health conditions can also cause them to lose fluids more quickly, making it even harder to stay properly hydrated. Cats are incredibly good at hiding when something isn't quite right. It's one of the ways they've protected themselves throughout their lives. That's why dehydration rarely announces itself with dramatic symptoms at first. More often, it quietly shows up as small changes in your cat's daily habits, the kinds of little differences you might only notice if you know what to look for. Here's what's important to notice. One of the earliest clues isn't always drinking less. It can be spending more time around the water bowl. You may notice your cat standing beside it for a while, peering into the water, taking only a few small laps, or walking away sooner than you expected. Think of it like someone sitting down to a meal with every intention of eating, only to discover they're more tired than they realized. The desire is there, but the effort has become a little harder. It's a subtle change, but one worth paying attention to. Some cats begin searching for water where they never showed much interest before. Maybe they wait by the bathroom sink after you've washed your hands. Perhaps they investigate the shower after you've stepped out, or seem fascinated by a slowly dripping faucet. Rather than seeing this as unusual behavior, try thinking of it as curiosity with a purpose. Your cat may simply be searching for water that feels fresher, cooler, or more inviting. Sometimes offering a pet fountain or placing additional water bowls around the house is enough to encourage them to drink more comfortably. The litter box often tells a story long before your cat does. You might notice they visit the box more often than usual, or perhaps they linger there a little longer. Their stools may become smaller, firmer, or more difficult to pass. Some older cats even stop covering their waist, not because they've forgotten, but because they're conserving energy or simply don't feel as comfortable twisting and digging as they once did. These are not changes to panic over, but they are changes worth noticing. Water supports nearly every part of the body, so even mild dehydration can leave an older cat feeling less like themselves. Perhaps they choose the rug instead of the windowsill, or maybe they no longer greet you at the door every afternoon. Or you notice their beautiful coat beginning to look a little untidy because grooming has become more tiring. Imagine carrying a backpack that's just a little too heavy every day. You could still manage your routine, but everything would require a little more effort. That's often how dehydration feels. Along with watching your cat's daily habits, there are a couple of simple checks you can do. The gums check. Lift your cat's lip for just a moment. Healthy gums should feel smooth, cool, and moist. If instead they seem sticky or dry, it may be a sign that your cat needs more fluids. The skin test. Gently lift a small fold of skin between your cat's shoulder blades, then let it go. In a well-hydrated cat, the skin usually settles back into place quickly. One major caution: with senior cats, this test is not always reliable. Just as our own skin changes with age, older cats naturally lose some skin elasticity. That's why it's best to think of this test as only one piece of the puzzle. Your cat's gums, their daily routines, their energy, and their appetite all help tell the full story. So imagine you're putting together the pieces of a small puzzle. One puzzle piece by itself may mean very little, but when several quiet clues begin appearing at the same time, your cat is inviting you to take a closer look. And that's what slow care is all about. Not waiting for a crisis, but learning to notice the gentle whispers before they become cries for help. The good news is that many of the things that make drinking easier are surprisingly simple. None of us sees the world exactly the way our cats do, so sometimes a few small adjustments can make a big difference. One of the encouraging things about helping a senior cat stay hydrated is that the solution is not complicated. Often it's not about convincing them to drink more. It's simply about making drinking feel easier, safer, and more appealing. Let's look at a few small adjustments that can make a real difference. Number 1, remember that cats naturally get water from their food. Cats have always been a little different from us. Long before they shared our homes, their ancestors received much of their daily water from the animals they hunted. Even today, many cats don't have a particularly strong urge to seek out water on its own. That's one reason many senior cats benefit from adding wet food to their daily meals whenever it's appropriate for their individual health needs. Think of wet food as quietly serving two purposes at once. It nourishes your cat while also helping replenish the water their body needs. It's one of the simplest ways to support hydration every single day. Number 2, give water its own special place. Many of us naturally place food and water side by side. It's convenient. But cats often appreciate a different arrangement. Imagine sitting down to enjoy a cool glass of water while someone placed it directly beside a full garbage bin. Even if the water was perfectly clean, The surrounding smells might make it less appealing. Cats have remarkably sensitive noses. Many seem happier when their water has its own quiet place, away from food dishes and litter boxes. Sometimes moving a water bowl just a few feet can make all the difference. Number 3, choose peace over convenience. We often keep pet bowls where they're easiest for us to refill: the kitchen, the laundry room, or a busy hallway. But those places can feel very different from a cat's perspective. Imagine trying to enjoy a drink while people continually walked past your chair. For some senior cats, it simply isn't worth the interruptions. A quiet corner with very little foot traffic often feels much safer. When cats feel relaxed, they're more likely to linger long enough to drink well. Number 4, make every sip comfortable. Not all water bowls feel the same to a cat. Wide, shallow bowls often allow them to drink comfortably without their whiskers constantly brushing against the sides of the bowl. Cats also seem to prefer bowls made from ceramic or stainless steel because they're easier to clean and the water seems to stay fresher longer. And speaking of fresh water, number 5, freshness matters more than we realize. Cats experience the world through their senses, especially their sense of smell. Water that seems perfectly fine to us might not smell quite right to a cat. Depending on the source, the water may smell stale, strongly chlorinated, or simply old to them. Many cats seem happiest with fresh, room temperature water served in ceramic, stainless steel, or glass bowls that are cleaned regularly. Fresh water has a way of inviting just one more drink. It's much like offering a guest a freshly poured glass of water instead of one that's been sitting on the counter all afternoon. We know the water hasn't changed much, but the invitation has, and our cats notice those little details too. If your senior cat seems reluctant to drink, try thinking like a host welcoming a cherished guest. Rather than asking, "Why isn't my cat drinking?" ask, "What would make this feel easier?" Maybe it's a second water bowl in a favorite room. Maybe it's quieter surroundings. Maybe it's fresher water. Small acts of thoughtfulness often become the best things we can give our aging companions. Sometimes it's not the water, it's the journey to the water. As our cats grow older, the challenge isn't always remembering to drink. Sometimes it's everything that comes before that first sip. A bowl that's too low, a resting place that's too far away. When we begin seeing our home through our cat's eyes, we often discover that a few thoughtful changes can make drinking feel much easier. Imagine if every time you wanted a glass of water, you had to kneel on a hard floor with aching knees. You'd probably drink less. Not because you weren't thirsty, but because it simply wasn't comfortable. The same can happen with senior cats. Arthritis often affects the shoulders, elbows, neck, and spine, making it painful to crouch over a low bowl. Raising a water bowl or fountain to about chest height can make drinking feel much more natural. It's a small adjustment that can remove one more obstacle from your cat's day. Sometimes comfort is the best encouragement. Older cats become thoughtful about how they spend their energy. If the water bowl is across the house, downstairs, or beyond several flights of stairs, they may quietly decide the trip simply isn't worth it. Rather than expecting your cat to come to the water, consider bringing the water to your cat. A small bowl placed near a favorite bed, sunny window, or quiet resting spot can make staying hydrated much easier. I like to think of each room as a little neighborhood. If your cat enjoys spending time there, that neighborhood should have everything they need: a comfortable place to rest, a scratching surface, and fresh water nearby. Hydration isn't just about having water available. It's about making water easier to reach, comfortable to drink, and pleasant to return to. When we remove the little obstacles that come with aging, we often discover our senior cats don't need much encouragement at all. As our cats grow older, changes in their drinking and bathroom habits deserve a little extra attention. Sometimes they're simply part of aging, but they can also be one of the earliest signs that something else is beginning to change underneath the surface. If you've noticed your cat drinking more or less than usual, or making more frequent trips to the litter box, it could be a good time to schedule a routine visit with your veterinarian. A simple blood and urine test can often provide valuable answers while problems are still in their early stages. This is when there's the greatest opportunity to help your cat stay comfortable and enjoy many more good days. Our senior cats rarely ask for help in big ways. More often, they ask through small changes. And when we learn to notice them, we give our cats one of the greatest gifts we can offer: the chance to receive help before they begin to struggle. Remember, small changes matter. Give your kitty some extra love from us today, and we'll see you next time.